Hello, guys. Night Trey Lane here, and today we're gonna talk about these final two 0-4 teams. God, they're still winless teams. Jesus, but hey, someone's gotta lose. We had an epic showdown between the 0-4 teams this last week, and let's talk about those teams who lost. So we're gonna talk about the Panthers. God, I'm gonna just say this. I don't know why so many people are shitting on Bryce Young. Yes, when I was watching the game against the Vikings and the Panthers, I did notice some things that Bryce Young does need to improve on. He does need to improve on seeing the field more. He needs to improve on noticing and how to read defenses. But that's just a normal thing that a rookie doesn't really catch on. Like, hell, even Patrick Mahomes, he admitted it. I know he was freaking amazing, but look how great he is now that he can recognize the defense. Like, he even admitted that he didn't even know how to recognize defenses his first starting year, you know. And it's okay. It comes along with that. Things are much more different in the NFL than it was in college. Players are much more faster. Coaches are going to be much more smarter, and players are going to be much more stronger, fast, and smarter. They're going to know what they're going to do in disguise, blitzes, and all that type of stuff. And he's got to learn how to read that, though. That's something that I did notice. Like with Harrison Smith, there were a couple times where I'm like, you got to pick up on that, Bryce. You got to notice when the safety is coming up. You got to notice when the safety is already lined up. Like he didn't even sneak up or moved up. He was already lined up with the defensive line. You got to recognize and be like, hey, pick up this guy. I want you to pick up this guy, or even change the play. But that comes along with experience. Like he should get the hang of that as he gets more into the NFL. I do admit there are some throws that he didn't do well and did do well. And I think that's when the height comes into factor because he can't really see sometimes when he's moving and scrambling around and he's trying to like figure out where everybody's at. But at the end of the day, stop shitting on him and let him play. That's another thing I'm noticing too. They're not letting him play his type of ball. They're trying to force him into this pocket passer, and just let him play. Let him play. Let him show us. Let him show us what we got. There's no reason to try to turn him into a star right away or try to turn him into the quarterback that you want him to be. You know, I'm not a hater of Bryce Young. I'm not a huge believer in him, but I'm not gonna give up on the dude that only played 3 games so far this season. I will admit though, CJ Stroud's looking like a better player, so that's where Panthers might be shit. CJ Stroud's already shown great potential while Bryce Young hasn't yet. But you give the kid some time. You also gotta give the kid some weapons. I told my friend this, who was a big Panthers fan. I even told a bunch of other people this. Adam Thielen's good, but he's not that fucking great. I was getting so fucking mad because I was like, dude, I'm a Packers fan. I watch the Vikings. I gotta watch the Vikings, the Bears, and the Lions because I gotta know what the fuck's going on in my division, right? And when I watched Adam Thielen, he wasn't that good like he was when he was on the Vikings a while back. Like his last 2 to 3 years has not been that good. They're kind of been okay. Like he's an okay player, all right. He can maybe have a big game here and there, but he's not going to consistently get you like big plays. But yeah, you gotta get the dude some weapons. I know Jonathan Minga, he got to develop. He's in the offensive line. God, that line is terrible, terrible, bro. You gotta fix that line. I hope that when they come into this draft or free agent offseason, they try to get, you know, some veteran linemen and some good like potential prospects. I know that's a lot saying already, but I don't see the Panthers making the playoffs, so I'm just gonna say that right off the bat. But I mean, I wouldn't be mad. This season wasn't a season for the Panthers to really be like, oh, we're gonna go to the playoffs, we're gonna go to the Super Bowl, we're gonna, do all this. This was a year to see how Bryce Young can play, how you can develop your team. All right, defense looks good. It didn't look good. I lied. It looked pretty good against the Vikings. They did a pretty good job slowing down Kirk Cousins, who's been having a great past 3 weeks. And then Justin Jefferson, even though he still had a good game, they did only allow him to have 85 yards. So that's pretty good too. So that defense has definitely been pretty damn good. But their offense has just not been helping them out, and it sucks. That offense needs to develop, and I don't know what Frank Reich's doing. I don't know what's going on with the offense, dude. Like, what's going on? But at least you're seeing improvements with the defense. At least you're seeing something with the Panthers. Better than nothing. Better being like the defense is ass, special teams is ass, everything's ass. Like it's better than having that. So Panthers, just hope that you guys can somewhat maybe pick it up during like maybe week 7, 6, 8, and maybe you could get some surprise wins. Maybe you can, win maybe like 3, 4, or 5 games. But right now, this is just a season to see how Bryce Young develops, see how you can do with him, and just figure it all out as the season goes on. So, Panther fans, don't be that worried because this wasn't a season to be like, we're going to go very far. No, this was a season to see how Bryce Young develops, how this head coaching does, Frank Reich does, and hopefully everything goes well. Now, Bears, right now, y'all have the first and the second pick. I don't think y'all are going to trade those picks if the season ends really poorly. But right now, Bears, I only see y'all getting like at least 2 wins. At least 2, maybe. I don't know. Because I look at your schedule. You play the Raiders and the Panthers. Those are the only wins I can see. And maybe the Chargers. Because Chargers like to fuck up things. The Chargers are too talented to let your ass win. But I can definitely see that happening if the Chargers still have Brandon Staley. You know what I mean? Fucking terrible. Brandon Staley's fucking terrible. I know last video I made a video about head coach. I didn't want to mention Brandon Staley because I think at the end of the day, we all know that nigga's gonna get fired at the end of the season. So there's no point of saying that he's on the hot seat because that nigga is on the hot. He's way off the hot seat. I'm gonna get into a whole nother topic with that. I'm not trying to get into Brandon Staley. That dude's a fucking idiot. He should have been fired last year. But let's just transition from the Panthers to the Bears. Bears, this is definitely a lost season. Y'all going to finish last in your division. You might finish last in the entire league. And fire your head coach. Eberflus fucking sucks. There should be no reason y'all haven't won a game yet. It's the year. If y'all don't win if he's not fired by October 24th and y'all still haven't won a game, bro, I will go to Chicago myself to that front office and I will show you how to run a fucking team. I have no head coaching experience. I have none of that shit, but I bet you I can do somewhat of a half-ass decent job better than fucking Eberflus. That nigga is bad. You did all these signings, you did all these trades, and you didn't do nothing. Nothing to show for it. Not one fucking win. Not one close. The only close game you had was against the fucking Broncos. And that defense was ass. Justin Fields, he's okay. I can't even say okay. I don't know what to say with Justin Fields, He's ass at times, but then he shows me his talent. He can run the football, and then he has this game against the worst defense. But that's the thing. He played the worst defense. I can't trust Justin Fields enough to be like he's our guy. He's too inconsistent. He's not fitting. This organization is in shambles. This organization is in shambles, and it's funny for me because I'm a Packers fan, but at the same time, it's very sad and anger and makes me very furious because I never seen an organization do this bad. And just as a football fan, it's like, what the fuck are you doing? You have all these talent guys. You have Darnell Mooney. I know Fields is playing bad, but you guys still give him credit. He still is a talented quarterback. He still is athletic as fuck. He still show you times where this could be a quarterback. And then you got DJ Moore. And here's the thing. I'm going to say this. Looking at this Broncos game, right? Y'all blew a 21-point lead. Y'all went for it on 4th. They should not have done that. They should have just kicked the field goal, trust in their defense. If the Broncos scored or hit a field goal to tie the game, I would have been fine with that. And then they would go down the field and try to score. That would have been a fine way to lose, right? That you would have been like, damn it. That would have been more like pointing at the defense to be like, what the fuck did happen, you guys? But now, when you look at that loss, you're like, Fields, you played like shit in the 4th. You had an amazing, best game of your career, but then you didn't show up in the 4th. And then Eberflus, what are you thinking? You trying to take Are you trying to take a play off of Brandon Staley's playbook? You don't go for it, bro. At least it wasn't on his own 20. Jesus. But it's just embarrassing. I honestly think this organization is not going to be good for a long time until they get a new owner. Because right now, this is not going well. For Chicago fans, Chicago sports is not just going well at all. Y'all are trapped in mediocrity or assdom. Maybe Caleb Williams and then someone else, but it's just crazy that your offense had probably the best day and probably will have the best performance within this whole season. Could always change, and you didn't win or show nothing for it. It's embarrassing. It's sad. This whole organization is sad. It's just sad. And Bears fans, I feel for you, but at the same time, I'm laughing at you because I'm a Packers fan, but I feel for you as a football fan as well, and it just sucks. It just sucks. Hopefully, things can get better in like 5 to 10 years. Maybe it's 2030, maybe it's 2027, 2028. Maybe things are different. But right now, I can't figure out how you guys fix anything. I don't know what your situation is going to be of this upcoming draft. I don't know how your offense is going to be. I don't know what the field's going to be, if you guys still believe in them in that. I don't know what you guys do from this point on because you made all these moves, you got DJ Moore. I mean, it was smart to get the first round pick from Panthers. I will say that. It was very smart. But I don't think you guys were expecting to be this bad where you could be the number one pick again. It's just wild to me that this team had, and it sucks because Bears fans, they actually had so much excitement to go into this year, and it just ended in shambles. It just ended in shambles, and it sucks. It sucks. But hopefully things will change. Maybe sooner it will change than later, but right now I just don't see it happening right away. So, I'll say the first step is find Eberflus, maybe fire the quarterback coach, maybe get someone to help guide Justin Fields, or maybe just start a new scenery, just to start something new. You know what I mean? So that's my thoughts on these 0-4 teams. One's worse than the other. One's trying to see what they can become in a couple years. One's trying to escape a dumpster fire.